In November of 2012, computer hacker Andrew Weev Auernheimer was convicted and sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for violating the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Basically, Weev exposed a security flaw on an AT&T website that gave him access to the personal data of more than 100,000 iPad owners, which he then leaked to a reporter at Gawker. His conviction alarmed many in the tech community, as it was thought to have a chilling effect on the work of researchers and internet freedom activists. But on Friday, his conviction was overturned, as a federal appeals court ruled that the state of New Jersey had no connection to the case, and therefore it should not have been tried there. So Weev is a free man, and he joins us now for his first sit-down interview since his release. Weev, thank you for being here.
It's great to be here again, Ricky.
Congratulations.
Well, the congratulations are a little early. I'm still on bail. They haven't dismissed the indictment yet, and they're claiming the explicit right to try me in another jurisdiction at this point. So,
how likely do you think that is?
Well, I think it's relatively likely, and I've already informed my attorney, Tor Eklund, that he is not to file a motion to dismiss it via double jeopardy. They're saying it isn't double jeopardy, but of course it is. But I don't care at this point. I've sacrificed 3 years of my life to overturn this unjust law, and I didn't do this to get a venue decision, and the government should come litigate again. I'll risk prison again to do this once more. It's a terrible law, and I don't give it.
Clarify a little bit what you told your lawyer not to do, not file double jeopardy. Exactly what does that mean, and what would happen if you filed double jeopardy, and what are the consequences that you're going to suffer for not filing that?
Well, if I don't file, I go to trial again, and if it's not dismissed on double jeopardy, and then I have to maybe go to prison again. But it's really important. This particular case is so utterly seditious. Like, the idea that anybody can be arbitrarily prosecuted for accessing public web resources is monstrous. It really is, and I have the best case to fight it, and come bring it, federal government.
In your own words, you feel like you were tortured for half the time that you were in prison.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet you're at this point right now where you're on bail.
Yeah.
You could possibly be convicted again.
Yeah.
And you could go back to prison, and you have no thought or feelings or instincts to flee or go somewhere else, as like Edward Snowden or Julian Assange.
No, indict me. Indict me. I'm not running. This is my country. I love this place, and if I have to sacrifice personally to maintain the freedoms of Americans, I will.
Do you think they're cowards for not sacrificing the way that you're willing to?
I think certainly that they are cowardly for indicting all these decent people, and they don't want to. They threaten them, and they push these gigantic, 35, 25-year indictments on people that changed a blog post like Matthew Keys, or like scraped other publicly accessible data like Aaron Schwartz, and they don't want to subject themselves to the need to make amends to the people who they've done literal actual violence to. I mean,
how can, at the end of the day, you're fighting the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, right?
Yeah.
How can that act change? Do you want to see that act change? Do you want to see it demolished? Do you want to see internet anarchy, complete freedom on the internet? Or do you think this needs to be modified in some capacity?
I don't think, the CFA is a very bad law. I've yet to see it really used. If you commit a financial crime, there's a wire fraud act for that, right? Like, if you commit any crime on a computer, there's an analogous act that they usually charge actual criminals with. You see these CFA cases, and it's usually an additional charge on a crime that you can already punish, or it's a political indictment, which are most of them, and it just needs to be repealed. If something needs to go in its place, then it needs to be quite different. We need a new law altogether. This one has to be overturned. It just shouldn't be there.
I am grateful for all the stuff that has happened to me in my life. The thing was, I realized very quickly, literally people I knew did not recognize me after. I spent about a year, just cut out fast food, stopped drinking soda, started exercising every day.